Hello everybody, this is Maniac 4 Bricks. We are coming down to the wire for this beach town to finally see the light of day once again. Because the last time I did a beach town update was in August of 2017. And yes, I know I'm way behind on actually doing things. Hello Lego Freak, nice to see you here already. Just hopping right over. I will just set up the chat so I will keep things engaged. Don't worry, this time we've actually figured out all these base plates. Right now, all I'm going to do is layer like a few more of them, put down the track, and see how things go. Doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. It probably means there's going to be a crash in the back of it, because actually that's one problem I had. I build with bricks. Nice to see you here, Alf. So one problem I had in my design was behind this row of road, there was supposed to be another laydown of 8x16 base plates. So that way it would give some room for the track as it goes through here. But I actually found out this whole town is a little bit off square. Like, it's not lining up exactly with the table. That's why one or two corners really stretch to the end of the table. There's like one corner over here that's like peeking inward. And that's why I had a little bit of trouble earlier when it came to lining things up. Yeah, I still didn't line everything up correctly. But I still have enough room here that I could fit the train track alongside the road. Not going to be a big deal. I think it'll still work. And that way it doesn't fall out behind this table or very close to the edge of it. So I think I'll be running at a good speed in order to make that happen. I actually pulled out a whole bunch of other stuff while I was finding the right pieces. But now we should be good. So I just have a whole bunch of plates to lay down. The track isn't really going to be the most sophisticated thing. It's just laying down a whole bunch of plates so the track can go on top of them. I don't have to contend with the curves. I need to get a few more curves from another set. I'll do a test with my mock subway car, or kind of subway car. This is actually meant to be so that there would be points on top of it, or like a different parts of the track where this thing would actually tilt it in different directions, and with the right momentum it would actually move. I don't know why the chat just suddenly appeared. Hello Christina Lane. Build a dyno card for a train car. Maybe eventually. For right now I don't have a lot of train parts, so I kind of have to like mix and match with a few pieces here or there. But anywho, this thing is actually supposed to switch the motor over here to move in different directions. So if it reaches a point, then it'll switch, it'll hit this, and it'll move it back the other way. Problem is, when I've actually shown this at different train shows and other Lego displays, it didn't always work. It would either knock over the tower that it was supposed to hit, but like tap against, not like ram into it, or it was too slow to roll all the way back. So I'm just going to use it without worrying about that. I have some pieces to build a like Megalodon, but I don't have a real good idea right now for a dinosaur to work into this town, so I appreciate the thoughts, but you are asking a lot of questions in just a matter of seconds. I think you are the Gale that I had a call for earlier today. If you are on today's earlier live stream, there was somebody named Gale on there, and special guest off to the side. I was answering a phone call. And it turned out it wasn't Gail, it was Elizabeth. And it was one of those calls you don't want to get. You know the ones you mean. So I'm just going to pass on that, and I'm just going to move on to other stuff. Yeah, the camera looks a little yellowish because most of the lights in here look yellow. But I'm going to see if I can move one or two around. Brick Attack and some other people have suggested that I use a daylight bulb for different things, so that it doesn't look so pinkish and yellowish. I mean, another part of it is that I have some of these lights with, like, some of these are 5-headed lamps, and if you haven't seen before, they kind of have a bunch of colors to them. So, it might be throwing some of that color around here. I got the blue lamp on now. Not necessarily the light being blue, but the shade around it being blue. So, hopefully that works out nicely. So, I have, like, one or two base plates to lay on the left side, one or two on the right side, and then the track begins. And I'm really, really excited for this. I've been working on this almost all day. Thank you very much about the train car and the hospital. The hospital, I will continue it at some point. I don't know if it's going to be a live stream, but I am really loving how it's situated right now, right in the middle of town. And I've actually made a little bit more space over on the left side so I can actually reach over here and work on stuff. So I gotta move a bunch of base plates out of the way first. And what's cool about this area on both sides, they can be moved around for what plates actually go in there. There had to be a little bit of compromising, but for the most part, it will be something that will have buildings on either side, and I can move those buildings too. Mini Brick Productions, nice to see you here. Okay, so now I gotta look for those two. I got one. I'm starting to lose another. Okay, there we go. I got the second green base plate I need in here. New stream now. In beach. Add Megalodon. I mean, I could put it in, like, the ocean. Like, have it peeking out. But, I don't know. I guess dinosaurs are your thing. Yeah, there's been a lot of dinosaur suggestions here. Oh, I forgot. This one actually... There's actually one of these 16x32 base plates. For some reason, when I obtained it, it had like one layer cut. Just one straight row. I don't know why. But I got another green base plate I just found off to the side, so that will fix it nice and easy. I also have a bunch of tan ones I can use for several areas near the beach, but I'm not going to worry about showing the beach in this video. I will do that when I actually do the rest of the update video. It will be coming. I am really hyped for this. So, I hope you guys are too, because this is something that I've been planning for a long time, and I'm glad to see it's finally getting some surface. I see you do have a... I would like to build myself as a statue. Not necessarily to put in the town, but, you know, brickheads? Well, everybody's been building a lot of brickheads that are based on their sig figs, and I've been designing it in the background, but I haven't actually built mine out of real Lego pieces yet. I will do that at some point, because I do have the parts list, but I gotta get it done, because Philly Brick Fest, everyone's bringing them, it sounds like. Or at least a lot of people I've been talking to have been working on them, have them built, and we'll be bringing them so we can have them all together, or like fun little areas when we have tables gathered. So that is something I will need to get onto. All right, so I'm gonna use a couple of bricks so I can line this up properly, and then I can get this. This will take like really no time. I know people have been like, oh, this is really easy, but you're taking like 3 hours per live stream to do. Yes, but I think this time we're going to have it just right. Like, this will work in just the right way that I want it to. I feel it. I'm ready for this. I'm hyped. I'm not throwing false anticipation. I'm not No Man's Skying this. Can Hulk lift the van? I bet he can, but I don't have the right points on him to lift it. I mean, you know, he always needs something to clip onto, so I don't know if he can. I'd be really not expecting me to be like a lot of other YouTube channels, because that is not the case. I am usually more mediocre than those. Sweet! It's flush! So on the right side, I lined up a 16x32 and an 8x6 so that it'll give enough room for the track to run through. And I used a whole bunch of like 2x2s and 2x8s to line it up, so that way, if I build on top of those, and I build with the train tracks on top of those, it will be nice and easy. Hello, Michael Ramcar Fonts? I may be mispronouncing that. I do not have the Indominus Rex. I only have like 1 or 2 sets from the Jurassic World, the first movie. I have the Pteranodon Ambush. I used to have the Dilophosaurus. I don't remember if I still do, like, any, like, parts to it, like the Jeep or whatever. Oh, okay, good. Glad I got it right. Mike B, nice to see you here. What was I saying? I know I have, like, was it the Dilophosaurus, or, like, it was like a polybag, but there was, like, a little green dinosaur, like a raptor sort of thing in it, and it had a trap. I have that set. I have Owen and one of the ACU from the LEGO Dimensions pack. Not really much beyond that. I do have, like, 1 or 2 of the older Jurassic Park Lego sets. Yes, they did have Jurassic Park before Jurassic World in Lego. They were basically made in the studios line. It was like, making versions of movies. So it was cool. I definitely like those sets. I've been trying to rebuild those for a while. Not that they have exclusive pieces, but just had a lot of other things on my plate at the moment. So that's something that eventually I'd be happy to put back together. I have actually done, Christina, if you would like to see more about Jurassic Park stuff, Jurassic World, dinosaurs, etc., that I've done on my channel, I have actually done a Jurassic mock, not Jurassic Park, Jurassic mock. And about the time when Jurassic World came out, when I had a few of the sets, and I grabbed a couple of the dinosaur sets and dinosaurs in general, to make a little display around my backyard. It was a little late at night, but it was still a lot of fun to throw a couple things in there. You get to see stuff rolling, or at least in the simulation of rolling, it doesn't actually move. But it was still cool setting it all up. Okay, prepare your phones, whatever devices you're watching this on. This is getting close. I streamed twice today, and they both failed. Nah, it's okay. I've streamed twice a day, several times, and usually they fail. It's just like, I'm just doing this. Whatever people want to see, hopefully they get something out of it. I'm actually just patting on 2x8 bricks, just to be like, stay, just go. But no, it's all good. Maniac for Bricks, when will your book be coming out? Just like a 101. Nice to see you here. Haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? I will have an update video about the book. I am anticipating it'll be out by Philly Brick Fest. If it doesn't get made then, I will still have an announcement. I will still go to Philly Brick Fest, but that's just something extra that I wanted to bring there because I'm really excited about this concept. I just don't know, because I have a lot of things to deal with. Like, I have to still work with a photographer to get all the items put into the book. I still have to work with somebody that's helping me with visuals for the book, like small graphics, maybe a handful of things that I didn't get pictures for or don't really know how to explain in pictures. I want you to put the Pteranodon in the hospital and make it a Polar Express. I do like the Polar Express movie, but that's a lot to ask for me building a Polar Express. Because that's... I don't know if I have that many train pieces to build, that long train. Especially all the passenger cars. That's the funny thing. It's like, you think out of all the Lego stuff I have, I would be loaded in train stuff. I actually have very few train stuff. And I'll actually grab some of it in just a moment. The only real train set that I have is the Railway Express, which will be going into the beach town ultimately. This one here is kind of just a test subject. Hello, Andrew Bine. I thought it's in Minecraft for a second. Millenheft. There we go. King Toot. Funky Toot. I like the idea of King Toot. Just like an Egyptian train, I guess, is what you're going for. Because I'm just thinking King Tut, but I don't know. I do have the Lone Ranger's pump car. I don't know if that counts as a train set by most people, but I like to count it as that. I have one or two other pump cars that are from Lego City, like an advent calendar one, I think. There was a Lego Town one when Lego Loco was released. There was a bonus added into the CD-ROM. Like, you could build a small pump car with 2 minifigs. Nice! Cleaning the Lego room is always good. I'm trying to do that half the time when I'm trying to build, too. Only one I have is a holiday train from 2016. That's still a good one. Well, no, I heard you say King Toot instead of King Tut. I got the joke there. That's why I made a joke about King Tut. Like by Steve Martin. There's culture. There's culture in here. I don't know who JP is. I don't know what that's referring to. Are you assuming I would sing Jurassic Park? Welcome to Jurassic Park. Da-da-da-da-da. 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 I did my best. I don't know what that does for everyone. It's probably going to make their ears bleed, but I did it. I did something. So, as far as the plates go, I have a whole bunch of 4x2s, 4x8s, 4x6s, and 4x4s. I'm going to work with it as best as I can, but I don't know how, I figure the black ones can go towards the back. They'll line up a little bit better with the ground there. I'm not trying to be Penlug style, where Penlug, if you don't know, does an excellent train setup. Every convention, they do a great job with it, but that's a lot of train stuff to go through. So, and a lot of ornate details that go into them, like the little brown tiles that they use that go along, so we have like the wooden tracks, or the wooden boards to lay down the tracks. It's really well done. They even do like pebbles along the sides of the tracks. It's really well done. You could look it up. It's worth it. I'm not going to do that because that's a lot of effort and a lot of pieces. I don't know if they're even around. But what I am going to do is I'm going to lay down a layer of plates that'll go over that will go over the base plates. Kind of holds them down, holds them together to each other, but also helps with all the track staying together. Thank you very much about the singing. I am not... I'll be at the next karaoke night in just a few weeks. Alright, so I'm just trying to look here to see what the lineup is. I know that I don't have enough of the RC version of tracks. I have like just enough for one curve. So what I'm going to do is some of them I'm actually going to use for that Railway Express set that I talked about before as part of it. Because the Railway Express is going to be modified, so I use power functions. So I don't have to worry about hooking up 9-volt stuff. Welcome to Jurassic Trains. Wait, is this really blurry? What is the newest LEGO set you have? I'd say the summer blah... I still can't think of the name of the set! It's a LEGO Creator set that came out in 2018. It is a large van. It is phenomenal. I love this thing, and I can't wait to fit it in here. It's still sitting upstairs from one of the previous live streams, but I'm hyped for it. I'm super hyped for that being as part of the beach town. That is a beach set. That is perfect. Build Tutankhamun. If you mean like the last LEGO purchase I made, then I have a package here from eBay. I actually haven't opened yet, so I don't remember which set it is, but I'm really excited. I think it's the volcano base from LEGO Agents. I could be wrong, but that is a definite that is also definite hype. Oh, I got some more tile square. I forgot. I have a bunch of signs from Eclipse Graphics, but I'll talk about it in just a bit. I have a bunch of signs from Eclipse Graphics that are like printed tiles that I could have laid out here. I only really need like 4 of them. Because like one in each direction, and kind of outside of that, not really much. Because I think I had 6 total for them, and it was like somewhat doable. Alright, let's take this bad boy out. I can get all the train stuff. So trainy. See, I felt like it would have taken me longer to put all the train track together and then just do a live stream where I do the inaugural run. But I wanted to do a little bit before that so you build up the anticipation for that run. And hopefully see that I've been working hard on this almost all day long. I skipped lunch for LEGO. Hashtag don't do that. I was at some point I was just really hungry. What is the oldest LEGO set you own? Actually, I have it right here. I have it with the box right here. This is the oldest LEGO set as far as I can see. It is, and you know it's old because it's in the 3 digits. This is set number 375, the deluxe building set. Note, this is the same set number as the yellow castle, the classic yellow castle, but it's usually identified, I believe, as 3752 or 3751. I forget. It's hyphenated on brickset or bricklink. But yes, that's like 60s LEGO right there. I don't think it's all complete, but most of it seems to be there from what I've picked up, and got a good price, like $15 or so, a while ago. Oh, you definitely know that this is an old set when it says Lego Building Toy, a quality product of Samsonite Corporation. A Samsonite set, no less. As in the same company that makes luggages that at one time made Lego sets, or at least help with the production of it in North America, I should say. They didn't own the company. They just had, like, a way of distributing through the Americas. Meanwhile, in the background, a giant drape is about to fall over. I'm trying to fix that too. I know I'm not actually doing the work here, but I am doing a lot of work around here. So it's kind of the same deal, right? And I do have another statue that I could show right now on camera, instead of just the statue of my mock. Statue of Liberty. This was from the Lego store. I did have to, like, assemble it myself. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. Make King Maniac for bricks. Yes, the train fell over when I moved that set into place, the 375. The Statue of Liberty actually came from the Lego store near me. Somebody built it in their free time, just one of the employees, and I tried to duplicate it. It is not the same model. It is the same assembly for the model, except for like one or two pieces that are different, one of them being the torch, but I love it. I did bricks. Yes, we're finally getting to the train stuff. I am so sorry I've been holding it up almost all day long. But, it is happening. It is real. And I am more than hyped. One thing I have to remember, though, is I need to get a couple more track pieces. Yes, okay. There we go. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. So it takes 8 for a curve. Or 8 for a half circle, I should say. Yes. Good. I don't really have an order as to where the track is going to go. It's just kind of going on the side of, like, if it's going to be RC or if it's going to be power function or 9 volt. It's going to be run with a 9 volt or with a power functions train. I can't talk. I'm talking like a mile a minute. Somebody stop me. Insert the mask. Insert Jim Carrey. Ugh. It's a little tricky with all the boxes that are next to here, but luckily I've made myself a little pit that I can move over to the side if I need to do something. And the something is being done. Ooh, okay. So, let me just move this back a bit so I can see the screen. Because I have to find out... there is supposed to be at least a track length in between. Okay, good. I grab one of these. Pop it in here. It's gonna look a little inconsistent, I know, but I don't mind. I know that mixing the tracks really doesn't help with anything. I don't mind. There we go. So now we got one corner done. I just need to get the plates from the other side. Just walk around here and fit those in. So I got a lot of 4x4 plates in dark bluish gray that'll just fit nicely in here. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 of other plates. They're 4x6s. Those are 8s. Those are 4x6s. Yeah, we'll use these. We'll just take like 2 of those or so. That should be good. I do apologize that not everything is in here very well, but it's amateur hour, so you know what to expect. Alright, so if I set this up right, this is exciting for me. Like, all my life as a kid, I've always wanted Lego trains. I cannot tell you how much it's meant to me to get Lego trains. In any variety. Mostly, like, you know, motorized ones, obviously, but, like, between remote controls, 9 volts, whatever it was. And now I have a monorail, and I have this. And I'm so happy for it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, how am I supposed to reach over there now? Okay, I got an idea. I'm going to take this thing back, flip it over, I'll lay down some plates underneath, hold it aground. I know next to nothing about trains in real life, like how they actually operate, different symbols for them or anything like that. I know next to nothing about those. My train knowledge is pretty limited. I used to watch train videos, like videos of trains rolling or videos of what do you call it? Like videos that had trains with something or other. I'm not sniffing anything. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed what you said about the monorail. See, I'm doing this now on the YouTube app as opposed to the webcam I had earlier because I actually want this to be good quality and stay up on the channel. And by good quality, I mean by my standards of good quality, which is like, above 480p. But anywho, I'm just trying to see, like, how's this? Okay, good. Good. I just gotta reach. I gotta reach like I made that earlier reference to Space Jam. Yes, I made a reference earlier to Space Jam with Michael Jordan. Come on and slam. Welcome to the jam. Alright, I think that'll work. But I still have to lay down a couple more pieces before I can really get things moving. That's one of the problems with this is like, oh, I want to lay down the track and lay down the plates, but I have plates overlapping some of the track. So I want a monorail so bad. Yeah. The one I picked up was from Futuron. Great. Great for just the monorail running. Like, I didn't even worry about if the rest of the set was complete, because I know it's not, but it had just enough to work with it that I'm happy. I'm happy with how it came out. I'm happy it's all here. Just so ecstatic. I am so out of breath as well. And I will happily do a train car that is all about cameras. Like, I will set my iPod or my iPhone or one of the two on a camera or on a car. It'll be specially made so that it'll sit them inside of there. It's kind of like a mini mod. And then it'll ride around in a future video. So, like, we'll have the inaugural run for this live stream, but when I talk about the beach town entirely, it will appear there as well. Like, you'll get to see, with just the hospital here, how the thing runs around. And after this point, I just have, like, a couple base plates to put into the beach, and I'm done with the basic layout. It's so amazing. It's incredible. Okay, so that's there. This should be a little bit back. Okay, good. And we're good here. That's solid. There's like a little bit of play in the track because, like I said, I'm not really putting anything under the curves. I'm sure there are ways to situate the curves onto like regular base plates and whatnot, but I'm not contending with that in the moment. Alright, let me see here. Is this the red room? It's not red rum, I'll give you that. Get a Lego shark and place it on the train. I like the idea, but you don't have to say it more than once. I am still reading as well. This is not Twitch Plays Pokemon. This is Maniac for Bricks fails poorly at putting trains together. Alright. So we need one. Looks like one flexi track. Hello, Team Builder. One. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's one piece of flexi track, 6 straights, and then another flexi track. I know they're everyone's worst nightmare, but I don't mind. I really like these things. I think, first of all, they're really cheap. Like, I looked on Bricklink today, and I'm like, well, if I wanted to get more track for whatever reason, I could get a whole bunch of them on Bricklink cheaper than buying just the sets with them. So why not? I do need to grab a couple more track pieces, again, from the actual set here. Let's lay those down. In all honesty, if I really wanted to polish this thing, I could have just put some of the RC, or I should put some of the 9-volt track along the front, because that's going to be seen more. I don't want to change it now. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? Wait, 5? This doesn't seem right. Granted, this was an incomplete set, even though I was promised that it would be spick and span complete. Not within those words, but still like that idea. It's just like, are you kidding me? See, anywho, I'll use another one of these to fill that in. I've got plenty other ones to work with the other parts of the track, so yeah, we're not going to worry about what is laid down as what. It's all track. It's going to work nonetheless. I would have loved to have a speed regulator going in here, but I understand it's going to be more complicated that way, so I'm okay without it. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm good with the ideas. I had it already. I'm actually going to move this around. Swoop over here for another camera angle at this portion where we're going to lay this down. Now you can kind of see better how it's such a thin line right behind there to fit the track. I don't plan on being up for much longer. It's going to be like the run, and then we're done. And then I run. I run to bed, and that's what I'm going to. Let's see here. I'm just trying to line this up so that there's like a whole bunch of plates that overlap, and they'll hold the track pieces together, like any of those connection points. So that should be good. And that looks good, okay. And, okay. Again, nothing professional here as far as the actual assembly. It's just enough to work. Now, 2 pieces of flex. Flex on them. Okay, gotcha. So take this up, put it in, lay it down. Oh, because it's flexi track, it might not go in the middle that well. All right, no worries, no worries. I am the only one who's panicking here. Make something of a head. I missed that portion. I'm sorry, the YouTube app is just like, here's a comment. There it goes. Came and went. I know it's probably going to encourage people to say multiple things in the stream, and I guess it's just poor timing of when I actually get to it. So I apologize on behalf of YouTube, or behalf of everything going on right now. Time to go with one of the big boys. Throw that 2x8 on here. Luckily, I don't have any work tomorrow, so I can continue videos back in normal and just do it as much as the day as I need to. Wow, we're already 33 minutes in. Jeez, I am taking way too long with this. And I know, take your time with it, don't hurry. I really try not to, but I'm also trying to make this before I go to bed so I can go and rest easy. And I don't want to make you guys disappointed because it's like, oh, we're so close, but it didn't happen. Oh, I have flower pieces in there. I could use those later. Maybe I'll spruce it up a little bit with flowers and such along the track, but it's not going to be, again, a professional sort of setup. You're not going to find a Jang Bricks in here. Not even a Jang Bricks in the making in here. Why is this the hardest thing in the world to take off? This is insane. Done. that was just like, oh, it did not feel satisfying at all. Okay, so seems like that's not a good option, so I'm going to use something else instead that will line up better. And I'll have to change out on the other side, unfortunately, too. So, line this up here. We'll line this up here. I'll put this plate underneath, jutting out a little bit here. Probably a lot of it. But as long as it connects, I'm happy. Please, I would like to be happy. I'd like to go to sleep tonight and rest easy. Yes, it will be against the road, but it's got enough space where I think it'll be alright. The train itself isn't going to stretch any more than 8 studs wide. I don't think it's even more than 6 studs wide. So, I think it should be good. Have a spin over here. Around the room we go. And I don't know how I'm going to stretch across there without being awkward. But just bear with me. If people watch the earlier live streams and were able to put up with me being awkward, I think we can do this and not get too many complaints. Okay. Call it the Incredible Bulk instead of the Incredible Hulk. Because wow. Oh, wow, that's too much stuff. I'm just trying to find a little bit way to squeeze through here. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, no more stretching around. Come on up. It's like speed building, just because sleep, because tired, because exhausted. All right, and this will connect onto the curve track, and this will connect under the connected tracks. I don't know what I'm doing. It's that point where you're like, for me, I get a lot more energy in the later half of the day than the first half. So, like, I'll sleep in and it's like, okay, nice and easy going. And then, like, later in the afternoon, like, sunset or so, I'll be like, I gotta go, I gotta move, I gotta do stuff. Feeling pretty sturdy. I like it. All right. This will pay off. This will be worth it. I dig with bricks. Nothing wrong with the train being next to the road. I see that plenty of times in real life. My house is even next to the train track. Yo! I see you there! Alright, good on that. There are actually, I mentioned this before, I think, in some live streams. There are actually some towns in the Jersey Shore that have train tracks pretty close to them. Like, either crossing over them, or you can take, like, a bike ride, and there's some, like, a mile or two inward from the road. It's pretty cool. Not a mile or two, it's more like closer to 3 miles in, I think. There's a bike trail I go to every so often that has that sort of thing. Alright. Give me the good stuff. Let's see here on the laptop how this is set up. I think it's the same arrangement, because it's the same length, so yeah. Alright then. Grab me those boys. Put those boys away. Bring this boy back out. You know what? No, we're already done with that one. Okay. So I have to do the same arrangement down here as I did up there, as far as 6 track pieces going together, and flexi track, 1 on each end. That's what I like about flexi track. I forgot to say it earlier. It's good for filling in small spaces as long as they're the right size. Yeet! I see you now. It is total yeet. We are in a state of yeet. I don't want to answer that one. And you know that's just weird. That's just not going to happen. Like, if I do, it's just a 1x1 stud. You won't even... I don't think it's going to work. Look, Christina, I don't think this is working out. Alright. I actually have a whole bunch more of these 4x4s. I'm going to lay them down with this because it'll look a little bit better. And it kind of go on like every other set of tracks. So it should be like this now. Look, Christina, I can't do that on a live stream. I have to go to the bathroom for that. And if you really want to see a great and mighty one, Blake Conquers Bad Fur Day. Somebody's going to get one of those 2 things I said. And I applaud them for the second one. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. We're almost there, people. I am so close. I can taste... Well, I don't want to taste the track, but I can taste the... something. I taste something. Maybe it's the mac and cheese I ate yesterday. Maybe it's the pizza I ate earlier. Plow through a pie or so just to feel energy and go. Just go. Alright. Oh, darn it. I left the brick separators on the other side. For everyone else that's watching this stream and doesn't realize I spent like 5 hours on live streams building this and all the frustration and aggravation that went into setting this up the right way and even still making compromises out of them. Yeah, this is going to make almost no sense at all. And I know some of them are actually on this stream and didn't join the other ones, but it's like, it's okay. It's just, my brain's been going all day long, and I am just ready to finally see this work out. I didn't expect this to be an all-day project. In and out of live streams. Like, I was doing this during other people's live streams. Just to be sure that I was still getting something done. Come on! This is actually aggravating me. This is not going to be in the next list of 5 things I dislike about Lego, but it's close. Like, I am pressing the brick separator into the pieces. I don't know if I'm stressing them. I don't know if I'm breaking them. I'd like to think not. I'd rather I didn't. But these are new pieces. They're newer pieces. It's not like, oh, these are the first pieces ever made and they had hard clutch power or whatever. No, these are modern day. This is ridiculous. Rebrickulous, if you may. Like the show on the Lego channel. Good, finally. Goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay, give me that. Give me that piece. Let's throw that one on. Let's throw this one on. I swear, those who have been watching me for the first time or haven't seen me in a long time, I am not like this on a regular basis. It's just exclusively for this stream that I'm trying to panic and get this done so that I can feel like that months and months of sleepless nights and several hours of streaming and planning and building have actually paid off. That's all it's about. It's that my work actually went to something that will work. Because the whole point of revamping this beach town that has been spent over the past few days is to incorporate a train into it. And if we can't get a train in here, a lot of work was done for, very little payoff. Very little purpose. So I cannot tell you the excitement I have for this. I know a lot of people are just like, well, this is just Lego trains. Lego trains are exciting. Come on. Some of these base plates aren't, lining up right. I am literally sweating bullets now to lay this down. It's almost like I'm working on a real train track. Although I'm sure it's a lot more strenuous. But I'm probably not far off. Okay. So now my hands are shaking. I can't even put the train down right. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I'm just going to secure this end. And now comes the inaugural run of Studside Heights Lego train track. I'm going to pull this one back. You can see it from an angle, so we can actually see this thing roaming around. Yes, there's a whole bunch of jackstone there. I actually found them in a bin, so I was like, I should do something with that. Christina, I would recommend that you make a more relevant comment. There's a lot happening. I can't really focus on that right now. Just because I'm moving at lightning fast speed doesn't mean I can take every request and make them happen. I had somebody, I don't remember if it was you or if it was somebody else, that kept asking for a generator in here. I will do that, but it'll take a while. Or at least a while for my brain to stop fuming, because it's going on overload. I haven't seen it, but I've been wanting, so just... Okay. Alright, so now, I got this door to open. Got some lights to throw on. Should really stick a door handle on here. I will open up this door in just a moment. You know, I'm going to use a seagull. I made the seagull a while ago. And, oh, right. Of course, I open it from the top to get this train moving. Okay. It is now on. It is now in a direction. I don't even remember if it's going in the right direction. For this video, I will do Christina a favor. See if I got one that'll really fit on top of here. No, that's more like a fish. Ah! Well, no, that's a dragon. I don't think that counts. I know I have one, I just don't see him in here. I have part of a megalodon? See how that works? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna stick a fin on top of him to make him more special. Just one or two pieces later. The moment is here. I am not drumming this up without paying off. Alright, Christina, hopefully this makes you happy. And hopefully it makes me happy to see this thing in action. But here, we now have the inaugural run. The christening, if you may, of the Studside Heights Railway. Loose name for it right now, but I think it'll be a good name. And in just one more piece to add on, there we go. And on top of his head, I'm going to sit that little seagull I talked about before. Drum roll, please. Or not. Here we go. Oh no. No, 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 no! I cannot make up that kind of sheer horror. I am honestly terrified that it's going to fall over there, that it's going to just go insane. Alright. Let's make it nice and easy. Oh no! It fell off the track! Oh, why? Why are you doing this to me in the middle of an audience? That's definitely a stream highlight if I ever saw one. Voila. We now have a functional train in a Lego town I've made from my bare hands, brass and bare knuckles. I will drink some water. I will definitely have something when I'm done. Oh my goodness. It's actually a funny thing about this track. I've mentioned in streams before. Thank you very much. Shark Express. You know what? I think I should call it that. Like when I set up the other train in here, it should be called the Shark Express. It's a ocean theme. It's alive! Oh, I cannot tell you how happy I am. Oh, this is hilarious. This is amazing. Now, for those of you who may be wondering, why does it sound like it's speeding up as it's going to the other side of the curve? Like, right now. Well, that's because the tables aren't actually even to each other. This side of the table is actually a little bit taller by very little bit. But it's enough to make an incline that every time the track rolls around, it gets a little bit of speed and, you know, picking up there. I'm actually looking at the track itself. And as it comes up this way, kind of an incline, you can see like the track press in a bit. I don't know if I should add more pieces onto that, but here's what I have for right now. In my original design for this revamped town, there was going to be a crosswalk and a crosswalk for people and a crosswalk for cars. There's going to be a ramp here and a ramp here. And in between those would be the way for walking people over this. The problem I have is that since this is right between the two tables where that incline is, it may be a little difficult to put everything in there. Because I'm really have to I'd have to bend these a little bit in order to make it happen, or raise it by like another plate or two to try to even it out. But I think if I put it up just right, it will be okay. It's mostly for the people crosswalk because this side is going to be okay, this side is going to be okay. They're not going to interfere that much. It's mostly just this center bit. Oh, I cannot tell you how happy I am. Megalodon Express. Clever girl. Yeah, you definitely are a clever girl right now. Oh, hours and hours of some wasted effort and some very strenuous effort have finally paid off. At some point later, I'll put together a camera car off of camera, and I will do a proper, tour around here. I'll also set up the rest of the beach. Oh, let me see if I can just pop that. There we go. Got it! Sharknado! Coming to terrorize your town! I sound like Macho Man Randy Savage! Oh yeah! I did that before for a video. I thought it was funny. It was out of place, but it was funny to me. But now, oh, I cannot tell you how happy I am. This is just an oval. I am so happy I can get at least an oval in here. I actually don't have Killer Croc. Fun fact. I used to have the 2006 one, but I sold it off to somebody who I know was going to collect it, and for me, I wasn't really going to do much with it, so yeah. The 2006 one is one of the most coveted. It's a minifigure version of it, just printed on there to look like Killer Croc. And future ones would normally just be a big fig or something, so yeah. Now, in case you're wondering, is this the town? This is it? No. There's plenty more that's going to add in here. I'll have some signs. I'll have some road signs, street signs. There's definitely going to have to be some street signs in these, intersections. And for those who haven't seen before, the plan for the town from here on after the beach is set up. There will be these gaps in here. These can be occupied by different buildings. They'll normally be things that will either be restaurants, shops, homes, or something in between them. Make a restaurant and the shark can be the sun. I like that idea. A seafood restaurant does sound like a good idea. I actually do have a couple of buildings made, but I do have to revamp them. Let's see if I can find them off the camera for a sec. This town will definitely also need a bank. It will get a police station and a fire station. And that will be situated right next to the hospital. It's actually 1/2 police station, 1/2 fire station, however that lines up, but still enough room to fit one car for each in their respective driveways. Same thing happened here with this hospital. So you can actually fit an ambulance inside of here. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. There will be more updating about that some point soon, because there is a little bit more that I need to do with it. This is what I have currently for a restaurant. It's actually more of an Italian restaurant, because, well, I definitely live in areas where there's plenty of Italian restaurants, and you need a pizza shop. You need a pizza shop down the shore. I'm also going to make an ice cream place. It's going to have ice cream, custard, and that kind of sweets. This one still needs a little bit more work, just to develop with the walls, and obviously put a roof in it, but it still has a lot packed into a 16 by 16 base plate. Because I really like how this... I like how it has, a little sink in here. It has room for, a couple tables for dining. And you even have, this oven is actually a function. So you can actually load it inside, you can load it on top with a whole bunch of pizzas. And you can push them out of here one at a time. Yes, you need a pizza shop. And most of it has already been done from previous towns. I had one that was like really small at one point, and then I just expanded it with a couple more pieces, so this seemed nice. I don't know if it's really like a good color scheme, because I know red and white is probably better association, and green, for Italian delicacy, but it still like stands out. I don't mind using pastels and bright colors in this, because it's a beach town. A lot of facilities in a beach town, be it the shops themselves or the houses, are going to have brighter colors. So, yes, that is definitely going to happen. I'm so glad that Jack Stone could make it out as a celebrity guest to christen the track. All, like, 10 of him. I actually do have a couple more Jack Stone figures. I'm planning to do a collection video with them. That looks like it's off the Lego Island game. I do have... It probably had some inspiration from the Lego Island game. I do have the Pizza to Go set, which I used to have, like, competing pizzerias in my town. I have wanted to make the Lego Island pizzeria. I actually know that there is someone on Beyond the Brick did a video not too long ago, like, really recent, that talked about somebody who did really accurate models of everything from Lego Island. Down to the minifigures were custom, because they didn't have all the available pieces, like, for real. The buildings were spot on. Like, I would love to go to a convention to see that. That's my jam. I'm still taken aback by this. Will I sell my Jack Stone figure? I would sell any that I have duplicates of, because I do have a couple that are repeats. For the entire collection of them, I'm planning to keep them. It's actually something I grew up with in that gullible phase of me being a kid and playing with Lego, where I'm like, oh, there's a new Lego thing out? I don't really care if it doesn't look like minifigures. I'm going to try it anyways. And that also goes for Galador. I grew up with those two. I have most of my Galador collection still, like, assembled for all of the figures. I still have to find a couple pieces. And I do want to get a couple more of the figures. It's weird, but I love weird Lego. So, there you go. I remember going to a Galador event at Toys R Us. And I had, like, a little coloring sheet. It was really well done, and I hope I still have it around, because I would love to put that up somewhere. That'd be amazing. I also do have Galador posters. I would love to stick one of them around with a bunch of other posters that I'll be hanging around the room. Probably a bunch that'll either go back here or a little bit above there. I was even thinking, back here, if I could find a really good, like, beach, like, sunset background or something, I would love to put that in. Just to add to the aesthetic of the town. And, I will definitely be making postcards. For those who haven't heard, I will be making postcards that are based on this town. So eventually you'll see an update with, like, more buildings in it, different angles and such. There will be postcards I will have available for Stick Fig trades and other things that I can hand out to people. Like 4 or so of different angles and different poses and different things going on with the town, so you get to see some variety. Oh, I have to put the shark in the hospital now? I am so happy that this is underway, that this is finally moving along. I cannot tell you how much exhaustion there was. Where do I buy most of my Lego? I buy a lot of it at Toys R Us, believe it or not. Toys R Us, sometimes Bricklink, sometimes Target, sometimes Kmart, sometimes the Lego store, probably less than most of those. Walmart, less than those, because it's much further away for me to get to a Walmart than to get to a Lego store, surprisingly. And there's also a lot of Lego I've just collected over the years. And I also buy a lot from eBay. If you've seen, like, the past couple months of haul videos, they are mostly eBay related. Because that opens me to finding all different kinds of Lego pieces or Lego minifigures and old Lego sets that would be harder through most other outlets. Sometimes they're cheaper through Bricklink. Sometimes they're more expensive on Bricklink. It really depends. I try to go between them to figure out what's going to work. Actually, the last order I placed on Bricklink has to do with my Stick Fig. I'm going to bring a lot of them to Philly Brickfest. I'm aiming for 20. And I have only 1 or 2 I have to also send out for a Stick Fig trade, so yeah. And 1 or 2 are already reserved, so yeah. I definitely am planning on about 20, so hopefully that works out. Oh my gosh. I also love the Seagull! I want to build more of this. I already have, like, the Seagull from the Sea Captain Series 10. I have, like, a couple copies of it, and I wouldn't mind getting other ones, but I still love this little one. It's so cute. like a piper or something that I could put near the shoreline. Oh, it's going to be so much fun from this point forward. This is a big push for me. You have no idea how much I've been waiting for this moment. And this is like the next big step since I revamped the hospital. When I revamped the hospital, it looked a lot cleaner. It looks a lot more consistent. It's got me to develop more ideas and hopefully sort more pieces so I can make those ideas happen. And it's helping me to work on other buildings in this town. Mostly the police station and fire station. I do plan on having some sort of apartment, motel sort of thing that'll be near the beach. It's actually going to be roughly this area. And that's going to have a lot of residences for sig figs. I'm glad you're not the only one used to like it. Yeah, I used to like Galador a lot. Like, I got a whole bunch of them for Christmas. I now have all the Happy Meal toys, because for a long time I only had, like, only Nick Bluetooth was missing. I remember some of the TV show, but not a lot to really remember what the story was. But I've tried watching the TV show more recently. It's funny. It's funny to watch. Alright, I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try turning this in the opposite direction. So the shark is actually going to be facing the opposite way for this part. And hopefully I have the right speed for it. Because that's the thing. Because it's a closed structure for the IR receiver, it's not like dead on top or anything. It's, I have to go a little bit closer to it to be sure that it'll move. Like this right now. I can't do it from the other side of the table unless I have the top open. But if I move over here, in this little nook, it should work better. Now, I have had a couple times with this particular model where it would slow down in momentum and just not cooperate. But hopefully this time, it'll be good. I am so happy for this. I really do like the idea of the shark being on top of there, because it's like, I just, just adding a little bit more to an old mock. This was actually a train that I made a while ago because I was inspired by the Spider-Man train rescue set from Spider-Man 2. I had the set complete at one point. I got it, like, on Bricklink, I think, complete. And then I got, like, a used copy, incomplete, no figures or whatever, but had most of the pieces on eBay. A little bit cheaper that way, too. I got it so I could use a lot of the pieces for this train mock. I wanted to have a motorized version of it that I could hang around Spider-Man and Doc Ock and everything like that to set up the scene from the movie. I thought it was a cool scene. I only really developed this one train. I didn't have a full layout of the scene, but I was still able to make this thing run back and forth, and I'm happy enough for that. And there is no room for minifigures inside of here, by the way. Everything that's inside of there has to do with how the thing runs. There's a battery box, IR receiver, you got the switch, you got cables for the switch for the top, and you have that light brick. That is not an official light brick. It is actually one from, I think, Leaky Lights or Light Block. It's one of those two brands. It might be a Light Block. And it's a very simple button to use. It's very small, so it's easy to install in there. I would love to get another pair of those and even stick them on the other side. But right now, I'm happy with this. If I could get more of the light blocks sorts of setups and set them up the right way, I would love to make street lights in here and have them all light up so I can, again, do more with the photography or whatever videos I make out of this. But for right now, it's kind of staying like that. Alright, I'm going to head over to the other side. I'll give you a brief glimpse at what will come up in here next. But the next thing, the main thing that's going to go around here is the Railway Express. An actual Lego set with 9-volt. Here is the locomotive for it, with the 9-volt train motor on there. And that's how I got a whole bunch of these pieces. I actually do have a shark warning sign, so you will get to see that. Don't worry. I do have a shark warning sign that I will put near the beach. Maybe even near the restaurant, I don't know. And this is just an example of one of the train cars. And this one actually just holds a lot of packages and a couple cars in there. And it's actually kind of cool because you can lift this up and you can, bring them all out, unload, reload. And then we have another one over here. I've actually not reviewed the set, but kind of a quick look at it now. And this one is the one that actually uses passengers. I'm not really going to modify this set for the layout, except for one component, but I'll get to that in just a moment. I don't know how many things will actually fit in there, because it's like buildings will move in and out. It'll take some time before everything gets to be in the town. There's only so many spaces right now I can occupy with stuff. The hospital, police station, and fire station are going to be mainstays for the most part, because that's essential for our town. But as far as the areas around it, I'll see what I can do. I even have some room along this side of the track, so I could probably fit a few buildings in there. So for this one, it actually holds most of the passengers. They have an eating area. They also can watch a movie inside of here. I just move that around. You see, like, they're watching a space movie or whatever. Really cool. Now, even though I got this set incomplete, I was lucky enough to get a second locomotive. I put most of it together using the extra parts that were available for me, and I could either use these on other cars, which I think I will, and I'm planning to modify this, maybe even add an extra, like, half engine or something onto the back of it, so I can use the train motor and the battery box and the IR receiver you're seeing now to use on this side. So on both sides, it'll have the same, pointed shape to it. But one of them will actually be doing the running back and forth. This one will actually not. It will just have, it'll just be replaced with, like, a couple of those rail pieces you saw before. So, it sounds like a lot, but I've been planning this for such a long time, and I'm just so happy to see it finally coming to a conclusion. And I don't care how the track is designed. I don't care if it's, like, a little bit off. Dave, I'm pretty much going to head off here. I'm just trying to do some wrap-up of thoughts, so I'm sorry we can't have anyone join. And this is an Instagram... And this is not an Instagram live stream. This is a live stream I'm doing through the YouTube app. You can tell because it's a better quality video. So, thank you all very much for watching this inaugural presentation of the Shark Express, or what, Megalodon Express, roaming around Studside Heights. I will talk to you again with a future video, probably tomorrow if I work everything out right, to show the first update of the beach town in a revamped form. The first update on a LEGO town I've done in over 10 months. We'll see you next time with more LEGO videos. Have a good night.